And we're back to another episode of Let's Play PC Building Simulator. I'm your host, RPG Guy, and we've got a rig. I will tell you this. I worked on this because it took me an hour to kind of figure out what the hell was going wrong and why I couldn't get this rig to work. I got it to work, and it required a lot of fiddling and buying and dicking around, and oh god, it was the worst. But here's what we're going to do. I'm going to show you what I did to get it to work by starting it back up from scratch. So we had to go with a really good tower. And we went with some good Arctic fans here. And we went with 4 of these guys. So 1, 2, 3, 4. We went with the biggest power supply we can get for wattage. That guy there. Storage. We actually had a little money left over, but we don't want to burst our bubble too much with that. So we'll go with this guy here. Don't worry about graphics cards there. Memory. We went with a 4000. We went with 2 of these Tridents. They'll build. We'll just go with that one because that's the one that's going to be getting used. Boom. And then processor, you can't go to the biggest Intel processor because it just runs too hot. I learned this. So we had to go with the 8086 to get it to work here. Now, I think that's good there. Now, this is going to cover... Let me double check here. It looks good. I might have missed something. If I did, we'll deal with it. So this looks good here. Alright, so now what we need to do is we need to buy liquid custom cooling. Now... we have to go big. Now, I might be overdoing this, by the way. But you're better off overdoing it than underdoing it. In my opinion. So we're going to go there. And then I tried every non-water-based video card possible. They all overheated to death. So I went in here and started fiddling around with the best ones that were kind of in here that I could find. And what I ended up settling with, that ended up working the best... were these guys down here. And the strange thing is, you need 2 of them. Alright. So, with that said, let's get to this beast, as it defines the term being a beast. So we gotta take out all the existing fans, because all of it got to go. So what we're going to do is we're going to put in pretty much all of this bit by perfidious bit here. There's a lot to put in. A lot to install. Oh yeah, no, that rack can stay in. This is a power supply. And the numbers on this bitch are very specific, by the way. I just thought may point that out. So I actually wrote down my overclocking numbers that I needed to do in order to make the whole damn thing actually function properly. Because the amount of fiddling and finagling and dicking around to get it to work was insane. So, to a degree, it wasn't like insane in the membrane. No, it wasn't like out of the box, just impossible, but... it was like I was constantly so freaking close, and then something would go wrong. Couldn't figure out what it was. Got, threw small innocent kittens across the room. No, I don't have any cats. I'm just kidding. I would never commit violence to kittens, but I might to angry asshole cats. Anyway, because cats can be dicks. How dare you! Mittens, no! Mittens clawed me. Mittens dies. No, I'm just kidding. So we'll install that radiator, which is probably overkill for this project in general. We'll install that. Let's get the CPU block. And our dual water-cooled GPUs. Okay. Let's get the piping done, because the piping's pretty awkward. And I'm probably doing... oh, god damn it. There we go. The piping I do here is very peculiar. I don't know if it helps or hinders what I'm trying to do in general, but it seems to work. Oops. Even though that's very redundant, it looks kind of funny, so fuck it. Alright, let's load that up. Let's piece the tower back together here. So we should be rather good. But yeah, it took all that work. The problem was I actually even got to the overclocking numbers, but I couldn't get the 3D Mark score. So I had to really sit down and kind of troubleshoot that in its entirety. Luckily, I didn't have to do too much, but damn did I have to tweak this thing to get it to go. And there was no way I would have known what to do my first time through it. I would have not, like, been able to do it. So we need to get this to... There it is. And then we need this at... I wrote it down over here. 185 delicious watts of power. We're going to take this one all the way up to its max rating and run it at 65 watts. I'd be happy with that. Restart. Yeah. Missing cables. The fuck? Oh shit, something's not plugged in. Okay, hold on. This isn't a problem. It's just got to be redone. Because this is not interconnected with its other parts here. Oh, why? There we go. It's weird how it does that sometimes. It's like it doesn't know what fans to plug in. Alright, let's put in 3D Mark. GPU tuner. And OCCT to be safe. Just to not necessarily, well, to be somewhat safe. Because we need to make sure that we don't... I don't want to waste your guys' time with some accidental settings if that I may not notice. 5252. That's good. That's good. Okay. So yeah, we're even overclocking the RAM on this thing. Everything is overclocked. Everyone! Alright, so... what did we have here? This was at 16... I had this rated at 16%. This guy was at 176. 176, that can't be right. Must have been 476. It had to have been up there. And then this one was 122. Yeah, because 2209 we had to get. So yeah, that's correct. Alright, let's run OCCT first. That's a little higher than it should be. Why is that higher than it should be? Oh, that's the minimum known. Okay. So this should pass the test, which is good, which means that the clocking is fine. Just worried about the rest of the damn thing. Alright, okay, so that's good. Now let's run this. And I should be a little over what we need. While that's going, as I glare at it with extreme distaste, let's work on this guy, because this is pretty simple to do, and our budget is just wonderfully enormous. So we should be good there. Now that I have my calculator back out here, our budget is 4,750, which is pretty good. But he wants it to play World of Warcraft on minimum specs, and he wants... I'm looking to pay for a new PC. I have to be able to play World of Warcraft on minimum specs. I need it in 4 days. My brother has Team Group in his PC. Says they're the best. I like shiny new components. That's not a problem. Alright. So this guy wants Team Group. So that's just RAM. Since he's given us such a grotesquely large budget, we could already actually head for the bigger... stats for him. He wants to play World of Warcraft on the minimum specs, so screw that. We'll just go with recommended specs. May as well. So far, so good, guys, over there. Should be almost done. Let's take a look. Is it so much stuff going on? Finish, finish, finish. And it should be enough. I want to work on that. 5563. It meets this requirement. That is insane what I had to do to get this to work. And we had $243 remaining. Fuck this rig. Get it the hell out of my shop. We'll put it over here for safekeepings. But yeah, that's insane. And like I said, it took me quite a while to figure that out. And I was not having a good time. All right, so he's given us this absorbently large budget, which I'm totally fine with. My whole beef with it is really that we could just shove anything we want in this machine. It'll be freaking kick-ass. But we don't want to go too big. We've gotten in trouble for going way too big before. So, yeah. Let's not go so big that it's insane. I'm thinking, though, we're going to go with an i7. Well, these are all Ks. What's the least non-K thing here? There's an AMD at 4100. 4350. Yeah, maybe we'll go with this. Okay, so that's a Ryzen, so it's -3. Oops. What's our budget again? 475. 4750. All right, so that's our budget, and then we're gonna minus. What did we do? 380 minus 380, which is not that big of a deal. He doesn't care about liquid cooling, so are we sitting on any coolers that are new that we don't have placed in a rig yet? I don't think so. Yeah, no. So we'll just go ahead with a cheap $10 cooler for now. We can change that out later too, by the way. Let's go to our... You know what, though? Here's the thing. OBS just had a blackout there for some reason. Now I'm kind of having second thoughts here. Let's not go with the Ryzen. Let us go with an Intel. Now, the reason I'm going Intel is because we can get better performing RAM for it. You know, we have the wattage. So... Let's just do the i7 9700. Motherboard, let's go to Coffee Lake. I believe that's a Coffee Lake. Go with this guy, so that's -155. We'll double check, but I just realized something that I'm kind of regretting. But let me go to 4000 really quick. Do we have... I see G-Skill. I do not see Team. So, shoot. This might be a reason to... What's the highest rated? 3200. Okay. This changes everything. So, let's remove that and that. Because the highest team skill we can get is 3200. We may as well at that point go with a Ryzen. It just makes more sense when you think about it because of the situation regarding it. It's just one of those things where... It's one of those things where it's like, if I can't get the higher RAM performance, then why bother with it? Let's go with the big one here, just for laughs. So... Boom. Yeah. There's only a $10 difference. Yeah, I know it's more wattage, but we have the money. So, memory, 3200. And there it is right there. The best we can get. That would be 2468. So 30. So 860. 246. Yeah, 860. 1, 2, 3, 4. So that would be minus 860 in memory. Graphics card. Just go big, baby. Not the biggest, though. Let's just go with a regular 1080. How about that? Because then we can go to a TI if we need to upgrade later. Let's go with this one right here. So we'll go with me. We could even probably go with 2 of these, but we'll see. I don't think I put a motherboard in here either, so we'll need one with SLI if I'm going to do 2 of these. So, or let's just do 1. Boom. Minus 655. Motherboard. Let's go with an AM4. So we need one with a Crossfire and SLI, so we'll use this guy here. So that's minus 165. We're doing pretty good, actually. Storage, we can go with the big one. We're at 2670 left, so... And we're down to this and the power supply, so I think we'll be fine. Power supply, right. So that's minus 180. Case. Deep cool, boom. Minus 50. We still have $2,000 left. Well, we can do better cooling. So let's just take this out. And just go with something that's liquid cooled better, but maybe not the biggest. Let me see what fans we actually have here. We have some 120s and 140s, 3 140s, 2 and 3 120s. So the 3 120s would go in the front. We could get 2 140s in there. So yeah, we can go with a single liquid cooled little feller here. So let's go to whoop. Oh no. Liquid cool. Go with that guy. Yeah, so I think we're good for him. And that's what, it's $60 minus 60. Now, let's look here. So we've got 4 gigs of RAM. We've got 1 video card. We got that guy. We got that, and the motherboard. So we've maxed this thing out except in the video card department, which we can afford, so why not? Minus another 655 gives us $1,325 left over. This could be used for other things, but I think we're okay. Again, I don't want to put the best of the best in there just in case shit goes down later. We're going to get this delivered today. However, we're not done yet. Let's go ahead and take a look at Mr. Gusso here. El Gusto. Saw some previous previews for the new Distant Call, and you should avoid it. I already canceled my pre-order. That's the last time I get played like a sucker by marketing. Seriously, how do they get away with this stuff? Anyway, the real Game of the Year contender is Dim Spirits 4. Man, I can't wait for that. The preview trailer looks amazing. Just not sure if my rig will be able to run it. So could you sort me out a new build? A benchmark of 7,500 should be about right. Thanks, Gus Hemshaw. Oh, and remember that legal case of the stolen goods and the fruit and all? Well, I checked with my tutor, and apparently I've been reading the wrong case the whole time. Anyway, she's giving me the right one now, and let me tell you, it's cut and dry. The guy got caught red-handed with the murder weapon, guilty. So, we can accept this, but that performance for that cost is really rough. We're talking rough. $22.50. Wow, what a cheap motherfucker. Okay, so, first of all, we're going with a deep cool matrix, so that's going to be minus 50. We're going to need to run dual cards in this thing to get to that number no matter what. So I would say at least 750 watt. If we can go bigger, we will. But I have a feeling 750 watts going to be what it's going to take to get this done, the job done. Though, wait a minute. What do we got here for 100? Okay, wait a minute. 1100 watts. Oh, I totally forgot about this power supply. But it's bigger than what we have for space. Hold on. Let's go with something that has 180. We know the Antec will fit it, so that will be there. So that would be another $10 difference between the two, and it'll fit it. Power supplies. We'll go with that delicious freaking 1100 Ti. Boom, minus $100. Totally forget that that's there. Storage, we can't go super big because we got to make it budget. So let's go with this guy for 60 for now. And if we need to cut back, that's going to be our first stop to cut back. 7,500 is pretty high. Well, let's see. let's go to performance here for processor. We pretty much know memory cards. Our knowledge of memory, my knowledge of memory cards, isn't that bad. The catch is, where do we get our first big jump? Is right in here, i7 6700 or the 1600 Ryzen. So 6700, which there's the 65. 6700, or I don't see 6600. 7600. We want 6600 or higher. And we're at 67 i7 6700. i7 6700 240 versus 260. But this is a Skylake, and therein lies the problem. It's a little pricey, but we'll go with this guy. It's also 6 cores versus 4. It's a little slower in frequency, but we'll see how that plays out. So that's minus 260. Cooling, $10. Murtherbird. We need something Crossfire SLI, but we need AM4. Yeah, we don't want micro. The Tomahawk is also Crossfire. So we'll have to go with that at 165 minus 165. 3600 memory, but let's just go to like something cheap, like 2400. And we want 16 gig in there if we can get it. What's the cheapest? Because we got to nickel and dime this bitch. Alright, about this guy. So, bam, minus 130. Alright. That puts us at $1,465 left, and that's in Vigicards. So, what I'm thinking is we can go into the 1080 range and do like 2 of these guys, or 2 of these guys. Technically, we could do 2 of these guys. Their core frequencies are better, but we know the founders to be the overclocking beast of this game. So, 655 minus 655. Boom. Boom. Against my better judgment. Now, what we can do is if we add back in the cost of that cheapo heatsink. Not the cheapo heatsink. We still want the cheapo heatsink. We add back the $60 for the crummy drive. We have $215, so we can put in a better storage. We could put up to $200, or a little over that actually. There it is, right there, $210. So that gives us $5 left over. Holy mother of Burl, we might do it. All right. I don't care what's wrong with this guy's computer at this point. He likes plastic red cables. I believe we have that, but let's just check. Plastic red, yeah, we have it. All right, so we accept this job, but we're not going to bother with it right at this moment. We'll work on it with something else. $300. Could be any of this. Just easier to deal with it when it's in the shop. All right, let's order this now. Oh God, what have I done? All right. And then who is this guy? Haslam. This is going to be the dude we want to work on first. Wait a minute, what? No, Gus is the one with the weird, very specific build. This guy will get everything else. So we'll do Gus's first. And get this guy knocked out and out of the way. Oh boy. Alright. But help if I grabbed the parts. Put you in. So at least we got dual cards and a whole bunch of other stuff going in our favor, making this somewhat easier to manage. Storage will be this one. Processor, this one. Cheapo. Because we're not, it's not like we're overclocking it or anything anyway. Memory, motherboard, cooling's all in there. Graphics cards. $105 remaining. $5 remaining. We did it. We did it. Just run that guy. So it should be good. Should be happy with the performance on this. We should be able to get to 7,500 is really what I'm getting at. Let's go ahead and put in 3D Mark and GPU tuner. And just in case we start running into issues, we'll put you on too. Alright, well that's booting. Let's go over here. Alright, jack this guy up. Let's get to work on this guy. We should know rather quickly whether or not it's working or not. Yeah, okay, so that'll work. That should be the team group that this fool wants. Alright, let's run 3D Mark and see where we end up here. Fingers, toes, and testicles crossed. Don't ask about the testicles. I'm still crying. Yeah, oh wait, no, we don't have our gel. The graphics cards. Ah, crap. Really? Get in there. Really quick, too. Let me put the case fans in while I'm thinking about it. Before I forget. Should end up with like 120 left, which I'm okay with. Or 140 rather. Bam. And bam. We know this meets his World of Warcraft minimum. Set the rest of this up. And it meets his stupid freaking standard. Alright, let's remove that. Let's install 3D Mark. We're not going to upgrade anything on this guy. We're not going to GPU tune it or anything. It doesn't need it. So we'll just run it like that. Power that down. Run 3D Mark to make sure the system is stable. And we're off. So finally we're starting to get here, and we got rid of a bunch of our case fans that we were holding on to for X amount of reasons, but that's what's nice is that we got rid of a lot of them. I don't think we have any accidental new parts. So that is pretty good. I'm pretty sure we don't have any accidental new parts. Except for that, yeah. But that wasn't actually new. That was taken out because we needed to fit something else in the case, so I don't count that. We look good. We're looking good there. There. Got a lot of that. And yeah, so all we're missing to start building here. We have 2 AM4s, I think. No, we have 1 Coffee Lake here. So we could actually put this guy in with some of the goods here. 3866. I'm sure we could throw something in there, even if it's just a single stick. Ew. We'll sell that. We're not going to ever use that. No, really, we're never going to use that. So, yeah, just get it out. We don't have any doubles or anything that would probably fit, so that's not an issue. That's pretty weak, but that's, you know, so we have that. What we're missing, I'm assuming, we've got Vigicards. So that's not a problem either. This may not be any good, but, well, we'll keep it. Yeah, so we actually have a handful of cards here. We don't have a storage, and we have power supplies up the ass. So we just, and we have, I'm sure we have a case. I know we're holding on to empty cases like it's nobody's business. Yeah, we have an empty case here. So all that's missing really is some storage. And we could buy some really cheapo storage. So I say we actually piece one of these rigs together. Maybe we'll buy like a $60 storage. Yeah, he's done. Maybe we'll buy like a $60 storage and do it with that. Alright, so this dude is totally done. As well. Alright, as usual, we'll make a save before we turn any of these absurdly large projects in. Probably should have made a secondary save, but I did not. So let's have him collect. The one that I'm... The hell? So what's wrong with this? Incomplete case. Oh, beauty panel. Shouldn't have to recheck anything. It's just a beauty panel. Okay. I was gonna say... Well, what the hell? There's Arctic in there. This is some Billy Jack bullshit. This is why we make saves. There's not much other Arctic crap we can put in there that would actually make it work. So I don't know what they're complaining about. There's freaking hardcore Arctic shit in there. It's not the premier Arctic stuff, but it is Arctic. For fuck's sake. Maybe there's something else missing in here that I don't know about. Yeah, see, these are all Arctic. All of that's Arctic, so I don't know what he's talking about. Everything's in here. Was there another request that I missed? I'm a total Arctic fanboy. It meets the benchmark. It's exactly at 52.52, and it's exactly at 22.09. So what the fuck's wrong with this fool? You know what? I bet I know. I bet I fucking know. because I had to put that one part in. I now have to benchmark it again. You know what? Let's just do it. Just do it. That way we can't sit and try to figure out what's going on. While that's going, let's do this. Is this the Coffee Lake? Yeah. Sorry, guys. I mean, that's just gonna annoy the shit out of me for the rest of my natural life. Or did it not boot or run properly? Let's get this in there. Technically, it said we could put that in there, too. Well, okay. You know what? Let's take this back. Let's take the nice processor back and put in the less nice processor. Let's put this guy in instead. They're both Coffee Lake. We don't have much better. So it doesn't make sense to do anything else. What's the crappiest crappity crap we can put in here? You know what? This thing sucks because it takes up way more space than it should in for any reason. Let's just throw that in there. Memory, what do we got? We don't need to put the best in there now that I've kind of sorted through my brain a bit. 32 and 3400. 32. We have two G-Skill Ripjaws. One's a 4 and one's a 5. Can I put them both in there? Probably not. Ooh, I can. But let's not, actually. We'll save these two for another rig, because this rig isn't going to be the best we could throw in there. I just want to get rid of something terrible, so at this point, so we got a 108. That's really the worst thing is this guy. And we don't need to even overclock it very much, because why would we bother? Get this out of here. We don't have storage, so we'll buy like a really cheap storage. What's the worst power supply? I see 550. Thanks, 550, 550, 650. So 550 is the worst. So all this needs is storage. Unless, yeah, we can't put any more of that. All right, so yeah, that'll do. But you know what? Because this will work with other cards, we should keep that. Put in something that we don't care about or have doubles of. Here's 8 gig at 3000. Do we have anything at like 2800? 2400? Yeah, we'll put that in there instead. It's cheaper. 5563 meets the standard. All right. If we still take a freaking hit on this, I'm just done. Not with the game, but I'm like done with dealing with it at this point, you know? You get to a point where it's like, I've done everything possible. Why are they still bitching? Let's just check this one. Yeah, okay, he's happy there. Again. Used parts, new parts. We met his requirement and still. You know, fuck it, I don't care anymore. I just don't. That's bullshit. I mean, I might care if it means I can't take on new stuff, but that's like, really? 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 You know, fuck it. We're no longer a perfect streak, but it gets to a point where it's like, you know what? That can blow itself out its ass as far as I'm concerned. That's just nonsense. That's just absolute nonsense. Oh, well, it is what it is. So anyway, I want to thank you guys for stopping by. I'm your host, the RPG Guy. My frustration levels are at maximum with this game at times, but maybe somebody noticed something I didn't. I don't know. It was in his budget. It was cheaper than his budget. We didn't go over the budget. So whatever caused that to fuck up is beyond us. So we'll have to figure it out next time. So anyway, I want to thank you guys for stopping by. I'm your host, the RPG Guy. When we come back, we are going to, you know, fuck it. Let's move to the next day. And yeah, when we come back, we've got to solve some more issues. More rigs to repair. We got to get our star rating somehow back up to 5 again. Because technically we're not at 5 anymore. And I'm sure the game's going to say, you can't take those jobs because you're not a perfect scorer. Let me see here. Oh, 4. We lucked out and had all level 4s. So that should help us a bit in trying to get this back on track. So anyway, thank you guys for stopping by. I'm your host, the RPG Guy. Like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. And check out my Twitch channel, twitch.tv/JackTartStudios for more live gaming action and all of that stuff. If you want to know how to support the channel, there's like a donation thing on the Twitch page. And you can also be a subscriber there as well. And that helps build the channel and pay for things like people have been asking when I'm going to upgrade to a webcam or something like that. I haven't really decided yet. So those are things we'll have to figure out in the future. So anyway, thank you guys for stopping by. We'll see you guys. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed that video. Please take a moment to check out more episodes from the RPG Guy, Tuesday Night Team Up, and more. And please subscribe. Always support the channels you enjoy watching. And while you're at it, follow us on Twitter, Facebook, and Google+. Keep on gaming hard. See you next time.